end of this video, you will be ready to join the Menstrual Cup Club. So don't miss this video and make sure that you watch till the end. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Esha from Esha's Life Hacks and I make videos that can inspire you to follow an intentional lifestyle. So as you can say from the title, today's video is all about menstrual cups. Now this is like one of the highly requested videos in my channel, and I was also very excited to do this video because I think this is one topic that needs to be discussed a lot more, but it is somehow very much neglected, especially in India. So the first menstrual cup was discovered in 1937, way before the internet came into existence. But still, this is not something that a lot of people talk about. We don't see a lot of ads of menstrual cups in the TV or even in the internet. We don't see a lot of people talking about it, and there's a lack of awareness in general. And it's so important for female hygiene that the more people talk about it, the better it is. So I started using a menstrual cup last year in I think July or August, and I did my own research and then I gained some experiences also. So I thought it's high time that I make this video, share all my experiences with you, answer all your questions. So if you watch this video, I'm sure that a lot of your questions will be answered, a lot of your doubts will be cleared, and you will overcome all your fears and you will be ready to join the Menstrual Cup Club. So yeah, I'm very excited to talk to you about menstrual cups. Make sure that you watch this video till the end. So before addressing how to use a cup and when to use a cup, I think it's important to address why. Why you should use a cup when you are already used to sanitary pads and tampons. Once you get this answer, it will be easy for you to think of making a switch. So the first reason is definitely for your health. Sanitary pads are not entirely made of cotton. There's a lot of plastic, polyester involved, and a lot of chemicals are used in the making process of sanitary pads. So when you are using a sanitary pad, you are actually coming in close contact with a lot of chemicals that are harmful for your body. They can cause cancer and even lead to organ damage. And even if we ignore that, because that does not happen very often, the blood that's soaked in the pads, when it comes in contact with your skin, can give rise to a lot of bacterial and fungal infections. You can experience a lot of rashes and allergies. So I know periods is already a very painful thing for women, and these things make it even more painful, even more unbearable. And I know a lot of people prefer using tampons because then your body does not come in contact with the blood, but the tampons are processed with very similar chemicals just like the sanitary pads, and using that inside your body can be even more harmful. Now when you compare this with a menstrual cup is made of silicone, which is like very much compatible with your body. There's no risk of reactions, and it's completely chemical free, and all these health issues are completely avoidable when you are using a menstrual cup. Now the second reason is definitely financial. Let's do a very simple math, okay? A woman bleeds for around 5 days every month, and she uses around 4 pads every day. So that's like 20 pads for each cycle. Now the average cost of these pads is at least rupees 10, if not more than that. So if we calculate that, it's 200 rupees every month for sanitary pads. That into 12 is what she spends in a year, and that into 30 is what she spends throughout her life, because the average menstrual cycle, it lasts for around 30 years for every woman. So that's like 72,000 rupees throughout our lives for sanitary pads. I think for tampons it's even more. And now start thinking of menstrual cups. You buy a cup and you use it for 10 years. You have to buy, I think, 3 cups in your cycle if you are using it since the beginning of your menstruation journey. And let's say like you have to buy a few extra because of size or shape or something like that. You don't have to buy more than 5 in your lifetime. And the price of these menstrual cups are in an average of 400 to 500 bucks. So if you spend like 3,000 rupees throughout your life, you are sorted. You don't have to spend any extra money. So just imagine the amount of money you are saving when you are using a cup. You save tons of money, and you can actually use a part of that money for buying dark chocolate when you crave that when you are PMSing. The third reason is something very important and we all should be aware of, and it's environmental. So the sanitary pads that you are throwing away takes 500 or 600 years to decompose. So whatever waste you are creating, that's not getting decomposed in your lifetime. And compared to that, these silicone cups, you are using like total 3 throughout your life. It's made of silicone and it's not plastic waste at all. And also the waste management system in our country is not very developed. So ideally we should decompose a sanitary pad through a incinerator, but we rarely do that, right? We just throw it away along with our other garbage, and the waste management people come in very close contact with those sanitary pads, those used pads, often with their bare hands, and this increases their risk of getting some disease. And using a menstrual cup is an amazing way to prevent that. So yeah, these are the major reasons why you should stop using a sanitary pad and tampon and make a switch towards menstrual cups. And obviously there are other brownie points, like you won't smell bad because the blood is not coming out and oxidizing. You can wear your white dresses, you can do any activities including swimming. So yeah, these are all the whys, and I'm sure now you are convinced that using a menstrual cup is a far better option. So the first question that is asked is, who can use a cup? The answer is everyone who is menstruating can use a cup. Someone who is getting her first periods can use a cup. Someone nearing her menopause can use a cup. Someone who has used sanitary pads and tampons for 10 to 15 years can use a cup. It's something that anyone and everyone can use. So there's no like age restriction or any kind of restriction when it comes to using a menstrual cup for the first time. The second question is how you should choose a menstrual cup. Now when you go to buy a menstrual cup, I don't think it's available in stores. So the only way of buying a cup is through online stores. Now when you go to the online various websites and stores, you will find that there are quite a few sizes, and there's an online guide which will help you to select the right size of cup based on your age, your sexual activity, the number of years for which you are having your menstruation, and all those things. But I would like to give you a small advice over here. So say that according to the guide you are supposed to get a large cup. Make sure that you get one size smaller, because a lot of time people get the size that they're like instructed to get, and when they're using it for the first time, it is a little tougher for them to insert it inside them for the first time. I think you get what I mean, right? So when you get one size smaller, it's easier to put that inside you, and once you get accustomed to a smaller size, it's better to make the switch and go to your normal size. So make sure that you are buying one size smaller in the beginning, and once you get comfortable, you get back to your normal size. The next question is probably the most important, and that's how to insert a cup. Now for this, I will give you a few links in the description box below. Make sure that you watch those videos, because in those videos, people have actually used models to show you how to insert it, and they have also shown you all the different folds that you can make in a menstrual cup to insert that inside your body. So there are around 7 to 10 folds which you can make according to your convenience, and yeah, I'm sure those videos will be very helpful. Make sure you watch them. But in this video, I am going to give you a few small advices which can make this process a lot more comfortable. So the first thing that you have to tell yourself is that it's not harmful for your body, and you won't harm yourself if you insert this inside you. Because I think a lot of people have trouble inserting is because of their mental barrier. So once you are like afraid of using it, your brain continuously keeps telling you that it's going to hurt you, you are going to get affected, and you know, when your brain keeps telling you that, your muscles get tougher, it tightens up, and inserting a menstrual cup gets really very difficult. So once you tell yourself, once you convince yourself that it's very safe, you are not going to hurt yourself, and it is good for your body, I think your body relaxes down and it's easier to insert that inside you. And make sure that you are comfortable, make sure that you are in a comfortable place and your mind is calm. if you want to, you can play some music in your phone if that helps you to calm down a bit. And yeah, so maybe you won't be able to do it in the very first time. I just want to put that out over there because a lot of people have difficulties in using a menstrual cup for the first time, and then they kind of give up. But it's not really easy. You may have difficulty in the first time. Maybe if you are not being able to use it for the first time, keep it aside, keep it out of your mind, and then give it a try again in the next month. So yeah, it's not a rocket science. Your body is made in a way that inserting a menstrual cup is possible. So don't give up and don't be afraid of it. The next question is, what can you do wearing a menstrual cup? Well, you can do anything and everything. You can dance, you can run, you can swim, you can exercise. The good thing is there won't be any leakage. There's no risk of the menstrual cup moving and spoiling your dress, or spoiling your seat or anything. So you can do any activity that you want to. And also, I don't know if there's any scientific explanation of this, but a lot of time women say this, that when they're using a menstrual cup, there's a lot less cramp and pain. So when you use a menstrual cup, your periods also get easier, and you can do a lot of activities that you usually avoid in your period. Now the next question is, how often you should change. Now the general instruction is that you should change your menstrual cup in every 12 hours. But that completely depends on the kind of flow that you have. So if you are using it in the first 1 or 2 days and you are having a very heavy flow, then maybe you will have to change it in every 4 to 6 hours. So you will have to customize that yourself. Now one difficulty is that you are not being able to see how full it is, but that's easily manageable, because once the cup is full, it kind of pushes down and you kind of feel that the suction inside you is not working anymore. It's kind of moving down, and that's when you have to change. But yeah, it's always better to check it every 4 to 6 hours and change it. And then once you know how often you have to change based on your cycle, you can easily change it according to your convenience and your time. But yeah, you will have to get used to that in the first 2 or 3 months. Next question is how to remove it. Again, it's as simple as inserting it. You pinch it, you pull it down, you pour out the blood, you wash it, and then you insert it back again. If you feel a little uncomfortable in the beginning, it's always better to get used to the process in your home, and then once you get used to it, you can slowly start wearing it outside. But yeah, I never faced this problem. As long as you are in a clean bathroom and as long as you are maintaining your personal hygiene, it's absolutely okay if you are changing the menstrual cup at your workplace or any other public restroom. One last question is how to sterilize a cup. Now it's not at all difficult. At the beginning of every cycle and the end of it, make sure that you boil the cup properly, and after the cycle, once you boil it, you can store it in the silicone bag or the satin pouch in which it came. And in between the cycle, whenever you bring it out of your body, just make sure that you empty out the blood, wash it with water and some soft kind of soap. You can also use hand soap if you want to. Wash it with water again, and then you can use it. But if you are using a public restroom and you are not very comfortable about washing it, then you can carry one extra menstrual cup, and once you use one, you bring it out, empty that, wash it with maybe some tissue, and then keep it in your bag and use the fresh one. And once you are back home, you can wash the old one, the one that you did not wash with water, and then you can use it again. So yeah, it's always better if you have two cups, one you are using and one as a option, because if you do not have a source of water outside, then you can always use the extra one. So these are all the things that you need to know before using a cup. So far my experience have been amazing. It's so comfortable. I could actually do everything that I wanted to do. At times I forgot I'm bleeding because the wetness is not there, which is very irritating when you get periods. And without that wetness, your mind is kind of free and you can actually do a lot of other things without continuously worrying of that continuously thinking that okay, I have my periods, I have to go and check it, what will happen if there's a leakage. So all these things are not there, and yeah, initially it can be a little difficult, but you will soon get used to it. I mean, we took a little time to get used to sanitary pads or tampons, and just in a very similar manner you will take a little time to get used to menstrual cups. But once you get used to it, it's the most beautiful thing for your hygiene. But yeah, there are a few small things that I want you to keep in mind. I mean, I won't call them like problems, but there are small difficulties that you may face. Not even difficulties, but I think you should know about these things, because once you know about these things, you will know how to deal with them, and it won't be very problematic at all. So the first thing, as I mentioned before, can be the size. So maybe according to the guide provided in the internet, you will buy a specific size, but you won't be comfortable to insert that inside you. So always make sure that you are buying one size smaller. Once you get comfortable to it, you can switch back to the bigger size, because that can be a really very difficult thing in the beginning, as you are not used to inserting something like that inside your body. So yeah, make sure that you start off with a smaller size. So the second thing can be leakage, and there can be a leakage if the cup is not opening up properly. Now this can happen due to two reasons. One, you are not using the right fold to insert the cup inside you and it's not opening up, and the second thing can be you are not inserting it properly, and if you do not insert it properly, it won't go all the way up and open up, and so if it's not open, there will be a leakage. So make sure that you are inserting it properly so that there's no leakage. Again, you will maybe take a little time to understand this, but yeah, this can be a difficulty and you should know about this and take action accordingly. The next difficulty that a lot of women face is seeing the blood when they bring out the cup, and this kind of freaks them out, because when using a sanitary pad, the gel absorbs the blood and you don't have to see the amount of blood that you are pouring out. But yeah, you don't have to be scared of it. Just tell yourself that this is what you are going to see and it's perfectly normal, and yeah, within 2 or 3 cycles you will slowly get used to it and it won't be difficult at all. So one last difficulty that you should be aware of is the inconvenience of bringing the cup out in the last days of your periods, because by the end of your periods the bleeding goes down, so the cup does not get full and the body does not push it down. So bringing it out can be a little difficult. If you are facing it, then make sure that use a cloth pad instead of a menstrual cup by the end of your periods, because these cloth pads are washable and reusable. They're very environment friendly. So instead of using any sanitary pad or tampon, make sure that you use a cloth pad, and yeah, your problems will be solved and you will have a very environment friendly, good for your body and easy breezy periods. These are all the things that I wanted to share with you. I hope all your doubts are cleared. I know for a lot of girls the problem is that they don't know how to tell their moms or elders about using a menstrual cup. I will tell them, just show your mom or the elders in your home this video, talk to them, tell them how harmful a sanitary pad or tampon is, because I think they're scared. They also don't know about menstrual cup. They think it's something that will hurt you, that will harm you. So if you tell them that this is way better than your sanitary pads and tampons, I think they will be convinced. And yeah, menstrual cups are the best thing that you can do for yourself, for your menstrual hygiene. You can use it like even if you are someone who is experiencing very heavy flow, if you are someone who is like very physically active, you taking part in all kind of sports and everything, if you are someone who is working outside your home for a really long time, it's something that suits everyone. But even after saying that, I will just add, don't force yourself to use something. If you are not being comfortable enough with your sanitary, with your menstrual cup, and you want to use your sanitary pads, do that. It's like no one will force you. At the end of the day, it's your body, your choice. Whatever makes you comfortable, give that a try. So that's all for today's video. Do let me know in the comments below if you think this video is helpful. Also, if you have any other question, mention them in the comment section below. I will answer them all, and I will be back with another video next week. Till then, take care and goodbye.